Well, hello there, family. I didn't see you there. And welcome back to another edition of Crenshaw Corner. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the best part of my day, the rib that completes me, the sorceress to my Prince Adam.
What? Huh?
What happened?
Where is that from?
The sorceress to my Prince Adam?
Right.
Prince Adam.
Is that a movie, a show?
Eternia.
Okay. You be so happy like I'm supposed to know that one.
He-Man.
Okay, now you know you're wrong for that one.
He-Man.
No. What's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw, guys. What is going on? I'm a little confused today, but okay.
No, okay, so, and I don't know why you don't know, because you should.
Why?
Every red blood American should understand that reference. And if you don't understand that reference, you really need to check your patriotism.
Oh, really? We are talking about He-Man, right?
He-Man, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Masters of the Universe.
Oh, I know that part. I know the song.
Yeah. What do you mean you know the song? How do you not know the show?
I know the song. It's important.
Wow, this is crazy.
Go ahead.
No, but okay, so you have the true nature, which is Prince Adam.
Okay.
And then you have who he steps into, which is He-Man.
Okay.
But he does not come to his full self until the sorcerer comes into his life. Ah. And as Prince Adam, he was good. I mean, he was the prince of an entire realm, an entire kingdom. I mean, he had some confidence. He knew himself a little bit. Right. But it wasn't to that fateful day that he met the sorceress, and she turned over his sword, and he said those fateful words. Okay. By the power of Grayskull, you know, I have the power. I know. And then it enthralled in him and gave him the power of He-Man, and he metamorphosed and turned into He-Man. And so what I'm saying is, you know, before I met you, you know, I was okay. You know, I was making my way through.
Making my way downtown, but go ahead.
You know, I was doing some things in life.
Okay.
But it's not until I met you. And then I said those fateful words, I love you. That everything started becoming better. And I was, you know, given the power. I'm just saying.
You're killing the game today, boy.
I'm just saying.
Listen, I want to say this to you.
What's up, babe?
Well, people can't see me, but I was looking into your eyes. What makes me laugh is because every time we have these discussions, right? It's like because you're so like poetic, like right. You paint these pictures and stuff, so you make me like I feel like tonight I need to go watch He-Man. Like in my mind while you was, so I was going. That's interesting. Should I watch He-Man?
I'm saying,
should I give it a shot? But anyway,
like every red-blooded American should
know
the origins of He-Man.
You, babe. Thank
I love you too. So, family, as always, what's up, family? As always, we thank you guys so much for being a part of us. We thank you for joining us. We thank you for being here. We thank you for allowing us into your home. Yes. Allowing us into your ear, into your life. Yes. For our new listeners, we are so happy to have you. Happy. That's 3 words right there. Happy. 3 words. So we're so happy that you're joining us. Yes. However you're listening to us, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play. Come on now. Whether it's iHeartRadio. And now we can be found on Amazon Music.
Come on, somebody.
Our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. Yes. We thank you guys so much for being here. Yes. As always, for our returning family members.
Come on, in the room, people.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. That was sexy. Say it again. Welcome back.
Welcome
No,
back.
but I tell you to sing.
I'm just saying, that's my joint.
I like the way you was like, that was sexy, like, welcome back. Come on, book.
I used to love Welcome Back, Carter.
Really?
That was my joint right there. Gabe Carter, that was my joint right there. Horseshack, that's right. Up your nose with a rubber hose.
See, this is not.
That's right. Barbarino.
See, right now, rabbit hole.
Vinny Barbarino.
Rabbit hole.
My head. Vinny Barbarino. But anyway, with family, as always, we thank you guys so much for being here. As always, welcome back to the cookout. Hopefully you brought some aluminum foil. And baby, tell them why do they need to bring aluminum foil?
So you can take something with you.
That's right.
We are willing to, normally go to cookouts and people be like, no, 1 plate. We want you to take several plates.
Several.
Take something with you, please.
Take mom and them a plate.
Yes. Cousin them.
Take your play cousin a plate.
Who?
Your play cousin.
Your play cousin, Ron.
That's my play cousin.
We still say that.
I had a lot of play cousins.
I had a lot of play cousins too.
I had a lot of play cousins.
First, I'm kind of sad that we even saying this on the air.
I'm just
play cousins. But anyway,
I'm saying family understand what we're talking about.
We're talking about that play cousin.
But we like to have fun. We will go down several rabbit holes.
We try to come back. We do try to come back. You force me
to come back. I like going down rabbit holes.
Because you just be.
I'm just saying. But
you changing colors, bro.
Wow, I didn't even finish my thought.
You go ahead.
Start attacking me.
No, I'm not attacking you, but I just was looking at you and I'm like, yo, it's winter, you getting lighter.
It's fall and winter's coming.
Yeah.
But
why did I say it's winter now?
I don't know.
Thank you for checking me on that. It's
fall.
It's autumn.
Can we get through autumn?
It's autumn.
Can we get through pumpkin spice season?
Say autumn.
Autumn. Can we get through pumpkin? Can we get through pumpkin spice season?
Yeah, let's get through pumpkin spice season.
But family, we like to have fun. We like to joke. We like to kid. But the one thing we hope we always do is leave you with something.
Something, man.
Leave you with something to think about. Mm-hmm. Leave you with something to ponder on. Leave you with something that 10 years from now you can go back on and say, you know what, I'm glad that was imparted in me. Yeah. So we always try to do that.
Absolutely.
And as always.
And those times that we don't.
It's
just what it is.
Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Laugh and deal with it.
It's just what it is.
And family, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
We do.
And what that means is that we can be found on the socials.
Come on, socials.
We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. All under Crenshaw Corner. And then, of course, you can always email us at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
Once again, our email address is thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Because, family, we always love hearing from you.
Yes, we do. Yo, family, listen to me.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Y'all are out here loving our social media director. Thank you. I mean, our social media director is the bomb.
They're on point.
They on point. We got our own little team and they are on point. And I'm very happy with them.
I was a little leery going into it.
Was you a little leery?
No, I don't like really turning over control of stuff.
You wanted me to still be in control of
I didn't want you to do it either. I didn't want that had to change.
I'm just saying.
So am I.
I'm just saying.
That had to change.
Yes.
But no, I'm very impressed with
We're so
the content
impressed.
That's put out there, the thoughts that's put out there, the thought-provoking sayings that are put out there, the comedy that's put out there. They touch all the bases.
Yeah.
They hit every emotion.
They kind of hit the Crenshaw Corner. They kind of got who we are. Yeah, so we appreciate. So shout out to the social media people. Come on now.
It's like Inside Out. They're hitting all the emotions.
Really?
And I appreciate that.
Really? Okay, is that a cartoon?
It's a Pixar movie, Inside Out.
Cartoon, right?
Yeah, about the emotions.
Yes, okay.
Little Riley and all her Are you human?
I am human. I just don't watch the stuff you watch, babe.
Did I marry an alien?
No, I'm human. I just don't watch the stuff that you watch.
I ain't seen your blood. I'm just realized that in 20 years of being married, I ain't never seen your blood.
Because I don't cut.
I'm saying.
I don't get cut.
Is your blood red?
I don't get cut.
Is your blood red?
I don't get cut.
Okay. In your sleep. I'm going to prick your finger in your sleep. I'm going to see what you bleed.
Listen to me, people. Don't listen to him, please.
I'm just saying.
Listen. So I want to talk to you about something.
Oh, Lord.
I first want to give a shout out.
Shout out.
On Instagram, there is a couple up there. It's marriage_uncut_101.
101.
And they put a question on Instagram that was so good. They always put really good questions up there.
We got questions?
Yes, they got questions. And a lot of it is pertaining to sex, actually.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I'm just being honest. A lot of it's pertaining to sex, and a lot of it's pertaining with knowing your partner. So I love going on their page. I love.
After dark.
It's not after dark.
Oh, it's not after dark?
No, it's not after dark. Okay. It's not after dark. It's going to be good. Because you were just dying to do that part.
I'm just saying, because, whenever the Crenshaw start talking about sex, it becomes an after dark.
It's not. We'll see. We'll see. But I want to give a shout out to them because there was a question that they put up there that I wanted to oppose to you.
Oppose to
you?
You want to oppose me?
What am I doing?
We got opposing forces.
See, that's why I be trying to act like I know big words that I want to bring to the table. That's why when you don't be going and using big words if you don't know what they mean. See, this is the stuff I'm talking about right there.
Before we continue, though,
I'm just going to bring it to the table.
I do want to say, you have been pre-warned. This is not necessarily an after dark
Stop it!
episode, but the Crenshaw is about to talk about sex. We're about to talk about relationships.
I'm just saying, it was a good question.
I like I'm saying, I ain't really heard the question yet, but
so how you know you're gonna like it then?
It's sex. So
that's what makes you like the question?
I'm just saying. So I'm telling you now. I'm telling you up front, family.
Okay.
Don't get mad if you listening to this with the family or with your kids. I'm just saying. I'm pre-warning you.
We ain't gonna pre-warn people.
It could turn into.
Oh my goodness.
An after dark.
It's not going to be an after dark, baby.
Episode. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So and again, go to their page. They have really good content on their page. Again.
What is it again?
It's marriage_uncut_101.
And guys, what we will do is,
and it's on Instagram. They're so good.
We will actually at them or link them in the post for this particular episode.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to go to their page as well. But yeah, hey.
I like it.
Yeah.
So
I like supporting marriages.
I do. And they're so good. I love them. So here's the question, baby.
What's the question?
Can stress affect the way you respond to sex? And can it
Lord?
affect your sex life?
Oh Lord. So Can stress?
First of all, why are you leaning in?
I want to make sure I'm totally.
Sometimes I wish we were live. We're gonna have to really do some of these live because if they could see the stuff you do behind the scene.
I just want to make sure that I is comprehending.
Yes, you are.
The completeness of this statement.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
I.e. This question.
Right. What?
So.
I.e.
Before I answer, let me channel.
Baby,
gentlemen,
who you channeling?
That group, because this question it takes some contemplation. So I just want to.
This gonna be a good day in the house.
I'm just saying.
It's Friday gonna be good for you.
So allow me.
Did you about to unpack?
I'm about to unpack.
Oh Lord.
So allow me to anticipate.
What
the constipation of my immaculation as I gyrate.
Okay.
This question through the manifestation.
Okay.
I'm sorry. The multiplication.
Okay.
Of the context.
Okay.
Of what we're about to talk about.
Come on now, come through. Come through,
so,
right?
As you saying to me.
Right. But why you keep leaning in though?
Because it's serious.
Yo, okay. I just wish we was recording.
All right.
Live, because you out of control.
So, no, all jokes aside.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you wasn't being serious then?
No, I was. Because my emasculation, I'm sorry, my menstruation of my correlation.
Cole, come on now.
Did not quite penetrate.
Oh, wow.
The expectations.
Right.
Of your response.
My God. You good.
So, therefore, I want to.
Go ahead.
Menstruate.
What?
Right.
What?
Nah.
You want to? I just want to make menstruate. You want to menstruate?
Anyone who's not
no, bro.
What's up?
I'm just asking you a question because that just threw me off. So, so you want to menstruate?
Yeah, I need to menstruate.
Okay.
The complete. No, I'm just.
Carry on.
Anyone who's not familiar with what that was.
A hot mess, but everybody should know, though.
Just go back and watch some old In Living Color. Damon Wayans.
Yes.
I can't remember the character's name, but it was the dude in prison. Just go back and watch it. But anyway, all jokes aside.
So let's talk about it, baby.
No, yes. Stress can negatively impact.
Words are hard.
Because I'm still channeling Damon Wayans here.
Words are hard, bro.
It can get in the way. We've talked about this before because what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of issues in their life can be traced back to stress, from emotional issues to headaches to high blood pressure to weight gain,
everything, to
not being able to sleep,
hair loss,
everything. Being lethargic, not eating properly, overeating.
Right.
A lot of it, 99% of it, can be traced back to a stressful situation.
Yes, absolutely.
So with that being said, yes. And part of it also because two people don't deal with stress the same way.
Right.
So, and when two people who are involved with each other, and whose entire life is entwined with someone who doesn't handle the same situation the same way,
right?
Yeah, it can. Let's talk about you and I, because I can only talk about you and I,
right?
Where when you're stressed, you shut down,
right?
And you shut down emotionally, you shut down physically. You shut down.
Right.
And there's no way to get in there. I mean, pun intended. I didn't try to do that.
Okay, but there it was.
Hey, but take the pun as you want it.
What the?
I'm just saying. And it does get it. It's like with me, when I'm stressed, I do the same. I mean, I can't say it's just you. I do the same.
Right.
Because when I get stressed, I get withdrawn. I don't want to talk.
Right.
Any and everything you do annoys me.
Yeah.
When I'm stressed.
Right.
You can ask me something as simple as, "Babe, what do you want for dinner?"
And you annoyed.
And I'm annoyed.
By the way you answer me.
And I know. And what happened is.
And in my mind, in my spirit, my God, I have to crucify my flesh. Yeah. I saw myself choking you out.
Because once again, my mind, because you do rapid fire. You're
all the time.
You're a full automatic weapon. You're not semi-automatic. You're not a revolver.
Right.
You are full.
Am I full?
Auto. And once that trigger is pulled, it is 1,900 bullets coming out this gun until it's empty. So, because one question leads to, "Babe, what do you want to eat?" "Babe, I don't know what I want to eat." "Babe, do you want me to fix your plate?" "Babe, do you want me to bring your plate?" "Babe, do you want something to drink?" "Babe, do you want some bread with this?" "Babe, do you want dessert?" "Babe, what we watching?" "Babe, can you find something to watch?" "Babe, do you need a fork?"
Hello.
Babe, do you want
okay, I get the point.
So it's, and in my mind, I already know because I'm stressed.
Right.
I already know there's no such thing as one question with you. So I already know that one question going to lead to 1,500. So I'm already pre-mad.
But first of all, no, you know what? But I will say that you're kind of good about it. You back in the day, you were horrible. But now you'll say to me, "Baby, that's just too many questions coming at me right now."
And so,
and you will say it to me, and I'll be like, "Ooh."
And you still get offended sometimes when I do that.
Yeah, because it depends on what I'm discussing. Because with like food, like if I'm asking you about that, it's very important.
It's not.
It's important. Do you want a fork? Do you want a spoon? Do you want bread?
I can get myself.
But anyway, I don't know how we got there. But anyway,
but to tie that back into sex and stress, because now we've taken that situation. So now let's take you out the equation as far. Let's say I'm the one that's stressed. All right. So now I'm stressed. So now I've been mean. I've been distant. I have cut you short throughout the day.
Right.
But now later on, I got urges.
Right.
So now because I got urges, now I want to satisfy those urges.
The devil is a liar.
Now understanding that once again, because I've been stressed and I haven't treated you well all day.
Right.
I've been short with you. I've been mean. I haven't been like nasty, but I've been mean. You know that I haven't treated you like I normally do.
Right.
But now I want you to automatically just forget that and service me.
Right.
And give me what I'm looking for.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't.
Because the one thing I can't speak for women. I've been a lot of things in life, but I've never been a woman.
Right.
That's one thing I've never done. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. I'm okay. Y'all go
you
through
good,
a lot.
You good.
I'm gonna stay in my lane. You good.
Stay your lane.
But women have very long memories.
Yes, we do.
So there's no way at 8:00 a.m. I can be mean to you, or I can not talk to you the right way, or I can be distant to you. And now at 8:00 p.m., I want to have relations and you not remember what happened 12 hours ago.
No, because first of all, I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
So I run off emotions. So now if you done made me emotional all day and then you roll up, again, I see myself choking you out.
Yeah.
It's and there's no way for you to bring me back. There's no way for me to where you can rub me as much as you want, rub my leg, kiss my neck, hit all my G spots if you want to, but it's not. Did I say G spots?
After dark.
But nothing is gonna make me want to do that. And nothing in me is gonna make me want to do that.
And once again, that's a twofold thing. It's because in that situation, I'm being selfish. Because once again, I'm not remembering what happened earlier.
Right.
We don't really deal in stereotypes, but I do deal in there are certain things that is common between people.
Right.
Where for 99.9% of women, the act of sex is an emotional act.
It is an emotional act.
It's I mean, there's a small percentage of women who have the mindset of dudes, but for the majority of them, the act of sex is an emotional act.
Exactly.
It is emotional long before it became physical.
Right.
Where with men, you're lucky if emotion comes into play, because 99.9999999% of the time, percent of the time, it's a strictly physical act. We're trying to blow off steam, or we're trying. And when I say this, I'm not being disrespectful, and I'm not negating. I'm not trying to take away from the act itself.
I understand what you're saying.
In the context of when it's done right, it is a beautiful thing.
All day long.
It is a beautiful thing, but
all day
long.
All day.
But however, because we've relegated it to a physical act, we're only looking at it through a physical premise. We're looking at it, well, okay, I'm gonna rub your head, I'm gonna rub a certain part of your body, I'm gonna kiss on you, I'm gonna give you that attention for that block of time that I'm trying to do this. Right. Negating the fact that I haven't met any emotional needs.
No.
Leading up to it.
Not one.
And now, and once again, how this ties into stress, because now I've taken my stress and put on you. Right. Now your stress, I'm good now. And now I'm trying to accomplish something, but now you're stressed.
Yeah. And I think too, what comes with that, and this is just my thoughts on it, is thinking like, oh, well, it's my husband, it's my wife. It's not, because we can do vice versa. We can flip this thing around, and it's like, oh, it's my wife, it's my husband. They know I didn't mean it. They should get over it. Let's move forward. And so each person, no matter if it's a woman or a man, come in the door thinking, oh, you still mad about that? Or are you still upset about that? Understanding that foreplay starts 8:00 in the morning. Foreplay for me starts at 8 in the morning. The times that you call me and check on me, from the times that you text me, say you love me, from the time that you may call me and say, do you want something from the store? All of those things for me, that is straight foreplay to get to the end of what we want.
There was a beautiful, brilliant bishop that we used to sit under the early part of our marriages. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Yes. But one thing that we loved about sitting under him, it's his dedication to marriages, his love for marriages, the biblical principles of marriages, the rational principles of marriages, the emotional principles of marriages. He loved marriage. One thing he used to always say is that you can always gauge a husband by the wife.
Yeah. He loves saying that.
Yeah, he used to always say that.
So true, though.
Yeah, he would always say, if a wife is unhappy, it's the husband's fault. You look to the husband. And I agree with that in so many ways. But one of the things he used to always say was, till the land. You can't wait till you're ready to harvest to till the land. Right. It doesn't work that way. Right. If you want to reap crops on June 1st, you can't wait to 12 o'clock June 1st to plant the seed.
That's right.
To till the land, to sow. You can't wait to then.
Right.
If you're looking for a crop in June, you depending on the seed, you got to start in February, March, April. You got to start months earlier. And what he meant by that was, husbands, when you're looking to have intercourse and you're looking to make love to your wife, you can't start that process 5 minutes before you're ready. Because it doesn't work that way. Because, for a man, it does not take that long to start the engine if you're healthy. Right. It doesn't take that long to start the engine because we're physical based. Right. But for a woman, because she's emotion based, you can't wait until 5 minutes, kiss her forehead, rub her lip, and say, let's go. Right.
It's not going to work. And especially if you've and here's the thing. I'll say this, when we talk about stress too, we don't even have to talk about stresses of anything that the spouse, the wife, or the husband have done to each other. The stress of finances, like paying bills, paying rent, paying for the car,
living life,
and that becomes a stressor because I believe it gets in the way because the husband is like, I am the person supposed to take care of the family. The wife is like, I'm the person supposed to take care of the home. And so all of those labels and everything get in the way so much that by the time that y'all get together in the bed, and this is the crazy part, what I want people to understand. It's not even that y'all don't want to do it. You're so tired. Because by the time, back in the day, by the time we got in the bed, wasn't nobody trying to do that.
I ain't had nothing to give.
Stress will have you having nothing to give. Sex will give you a low libido. For
the low price.
For the low price. You get that, the low libido for like $9.99, 3 payments. So it's not just about somebody doing, because I want to make sure everybody understand, it's just not about someone doing something to each other, but it's also about life getting in the way. And it's about the fact that by the time you get in the bed, you are straight exhausted, you straight tired, nobody want to rub nobody. And then at that point, now there might be some people out there be like, look, I only need 2 minutes and I'm good. No.
Give me 2 minutes and 39 seconds. All I need.
No.
I won't be before you long.
I won't be. No.
2 minutes, 39 seconds.
No. So we got to remind ourselves of that too. And then also, stress at work. Not even at home, but stress at work, and bringing that stress from work into your house. So you got to be kind of careful of how you do that as well. These are things that you really have to think about. And there's conversations that you need to have as a couple so you don't allow stress to get in the way. And I think sometimes what happens is we're not really telling each other what we really want. I wonder, do people really tell the truth about what they want sexually? Like, no. Seriously, like the positions, like touch me here, touch me there, do this or do that. I really wonder, because I think that that's another thing too, the stress of not telling your partner what you really want. Like, okay, bruh, me being on top, you being on top, that's not really me. I'm a freak. I mean, I'm just asking, like, are we really, because that's another stressor. You don't think so, that not telling your partner what you really want sexually because you feel that you're going to be judged or you're going to be made fun of is another stressor, so you don't want to do it either. Like, what is that?
I think what happens with that is because it goes to, there's a lot of conversations in life that we were never taught. Well, I'm talking in generals, that a lot of people were not taught to have. And that's one of them. Because there's so many stigmas that comes to sex and comes to intercourse and comes with that physical act. There's so many stigmas behind it. There's so many things that we were taught as children, right? That still go through our mind, right? And so, we don't have those conversations. And then because also you don't want your spouse to look at you a different way, because if I come out the blue with some old real freak nasty stuff, are you going to look at me differently?
Well, here's the thing I want to say to that too. Am I going to look at you differently, or am I going to say, what chick you been with that did that? You ain't been doing that. Because come on, I mean, let's just be honest. Yeah, that's what happens. Let's just be honest about it, right?
If all of a sudden if I come out the blue with, all right, babe, so I got some costumes and some toys, right? That we gonna put in this introduce to this situation. Now, because what's going to happen is, like you said, because in our minds, you're thinking, okay, well, we ain't done this before. So what chick, what you been watching? Right. What chick you been with? Right. Who then said something to you? Who are you mistaking me for now? Right. All of a sudden, now you want to, because like you said, because we don't have these conversations up front.
And I think that's a huge stressor for couples too, because you got one that's a real freak, and one that's just more what's the word I'm looking for?
Conservative.
Let's just go with conservative. We're gonna go with conservative, very conservative. And so, but the freak want to come out, but the freak's scared. You know what I'm saying? And so at that point, the freak is just being conservative too, and that's a stressor because you want more out of that. Out of your marriage, more out of your sexual relationship with each other, so that's huge.
And like you said, and that's a stress in itself, because because let's be honest, every Christian ain't conservative.
Don't be fooled.
Every Christian ain't a missionary position type person.
I knew you was gonna say it.
But it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Because you gave your life to Christ and because you're living a Christian way, it doesn't mean that certain things about you change.
Right.
And especially when you get into a marital situation where everything's legal at this point, but they're scared to have that conversation. And like you said, that's a stressor in itself.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're not being... Okay, and I know this is so obscure, and so many people are not going to understand this reference. I'm currently right now playing a video game. It's an older video. It's not older, but it's been out a couple of years. It's a series that got rebooted. It's called God of War. It's based on the mythological gods, the Norse gods. You know, the original game set is based on the Greek mythology of Zeus and Athena and Hades and all those.
Right.
And then the most current iteration is based off of the Norse gods, which are your Odin, your Thors. It's that. And the main character is a gentleman by the name of Kratos.
Okay.
And so in this narrative, he's a god, little g. He's a Spartan and so on and so forth. So what happened was he killed all the gods, little g, in his realm. So he went to a new realm to start a new life. And so he met this woman and he had a son. So his son is part god now.
Right.
But he never wanted to tell him. So he kept it to himself. He kept it a secret. He never told his son because he didn't want his son looking at him in a bad way.
Right.
Now, here's the reason I'm saying it, because what happened is that his son stayed sick. And the reason his son stayed sick because his body was always fighting his true nature. Because he didn't understand his true nature. So his body, he was always at war within himself over his true nature. It wasn't until Kratos told his son who he truly was and he came to grips with it. And then his body healed and he was no longer at war with himself.
Right.
And he was no longer sick.
Right.
And the reason I'm saying it is because that's what stress does.
Yes.
Because when you have that spouse who wants to do new things, who wants to try new things, who wants to be adventurous,
right,
but they're afraid of what their spouse may think because they're not having that conversation.
That's internal war.
Now they're at war with himself.
It's internal war.
And whenever you're at war with yourself, you're never balanced.
Right.
And that's where that stress comes in. And now the act of lovemaking has become tedious.
Yeah. Not even fun.
It's not even fun
anymore.
It's a chore. It's a chore now. It's something that I have to do. It's a box that I have to check.
All right. Okay, so give me 20 minutes, she's going to be on top. Next 20 minutes, I'm going to be on top. Okay, so now the last 5 minutes, we're going to do it from the side and scene.
And there we go.
And there we go. And scene. And it's over. And I think that's, because when we talk about stress, people think of, stress about, no. It's a whole big picture when it comes to stress and sex. It's not just cookie cutter where it's like, because we talking about the bill. No, it's everything. You have to look at every single thing.
Yeah, it's the stress of feeling inadequate. It's the stress of not being happy with self.
Right.
It's the stress of not being where you want to be in life. It's the stress of not being able to have the true conversations that you want to have with your spouse.
Right.
It's the everyday stress of being a man in America.
Yeah, and a woman in America.
It's the everyday stress of being a woman in America.
Hello.
It's the everyday stress of being a child of God.
Yeah. It's stress.
It's so many stressors.
And I think sometimes something that someone said is that men take sex as a stress reliever. And they look at it that way. And so what do you say to that? What do you speak to that when you say that, when you hear that? Like, all men want to do is have sex as a stress reliever. So of course they always want to do it.
There is some truth to that. But like most things in life, it's not that black and white. It's not, because you have to understand, and you and I have always had this conversation about nature versus nurture. I think we've had that debate since we married over 20 some years ago.
Yes, we have.
But when it comes to that, it's because when it comes to sex, that's what the majority of men are taught. That it's just a physical act. And so for us, because a lot of the times we were not taught really how to verbalize it, we say, yeah, it's just a stress reliever. but it's more meant that you are our stress reliever. Not the act itself. It's you. You have the ability to calm me. You have the ability to make everything okay. You have the ability to make the nightmares go away.
Right.
And being with you in that way, or just being with you, or being under you, or being near you, that makes everything better.
Right.
So when we say yes, we use it as a stress reliever, where most women think that as a negative way, where they're just being used to, as you say, relieve stress, but it's so much deeper than that.
And I think that's because men are not articulating it properly, like you just articulated, because you articulate that way, made it sexy. It made it, I don't know, fuzzy, sexy, beautiful, passionate, red, green. I mean, I just saw all kinds of things when you said it that way. But I think that, like you said, but men are not taught to articulate it that way.
Yeah, because if we're honest, most men are taught that conversation like that is soft. You're soft if you have that conversation. You're a chick if you have that conversation.
Right.
And that's what most men are taught.
And I think that because I think it's a big issue to know that you are needed, that you need your wife, and to tell your wife, that you need her in that way can change the whole dynamic of it and take the stress away from that too, because I think that sometimes I notice too, even with you, depending on what mood I'm in, stresses you out, because you may have came in with the thought, we about to make love tonight, and then I start acting a certain way. You like, God.
Oh yeah. Then I'll be like, oh hell no, they ain't. Oh hell no, just let that go. Take you a cold shower and go on to sleep, dog. That ain't in your future.
But not articulating to me that, because sometimes you just have to say it. Now, before you go, like, babe, I've done this before, because we've been down a long road, the sex road, a long time, and not the marriage part of it, but
on the road again.
But the times of not having it, we've not without sex for 6 months. If we want to be transparent,
wait to get off this road again.
Hello, baby. Hello.
Ain't no sex having when I'm on this road. I just can't wait to get off this road.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
So we've had 6 months without making love and all kinds of
stuff. 6, 7, 8.
Shut up. It's never. But anyway,
3 years.
Baby,
4 years.
We have never.
We went through 13 anniversaries.
It was one of those times. At one point in our marriage, we were only having sex for special occasions.
We became that old sitcom couple.
Yes, we did.
We became the Bundys.
Yeah.
That's what we became.
Why the Bundys, though?
Because that's the only time I would have sex with Peggy. It had to be a special occasion. It had to be a birthday. It had to be an anniversary. It had to be a special occasion.
I can't.
And the Crenshaws became the Bundys.
Yeah, we really was like, but here's the thing about that made the reason why I'm laughing so hard. Because one thing that we knew for sure is we wasn't married for sex.
We learned that. So
we learned that we love each other, like we are best friends, and we literally are in love with each other. Whether we ever do it again, that's not gonna happen. Because the facial he just gave me was like, baby, don't speak that in the atmosphere.
Here's what I have learned. I have learned the human body actually is capable of reverting back to being a virgin.
I hate you. I have learned that. We has not ever been that long, babe, that you can go back to a virgin.
I'm saying I got scientific data. Okay, I have done studies on this. I have ran
from home.
I have ran experiments.
Okay.
I got control groups. I'm telling you.
And that's another thing. Let's talk about that.
It is possible.
Let me tell you, that's another thing too about the stressor of telling your spouse that you don't want to do it that much, that you don't want to do it all the time. I remember The Color Purple. Remember, Celie was like, when he finished doing she told Suge, Mr. when he finished doing his business or whatever the case, and Suge was like, his business, and I think that for me personally, is I had to tell myself, and I'm still growing, that the act is not just for him, but it's for me too. right? And so, and that I want to feel good, and I deserve to feel good, and all those things. But another stressor for me as a woman, just me personally, when I gained weight, I didn't feel sexy anymore, and that was very stressful for me because I didn't know how to articulate to you because I didn't feel sexy, and you would tell me you sexy, you beautiful, you this and I heard all of that, but I didn't feel sexy. So that was very stressful to me because I felt like I was not being a good wife to you. Sometimes I still do sometimes because if I don't feel sexy, no matter what you say, and that has nothing to do with you, that has to do with a lot to do with me, and my not being sexy was more because I had gained weight, so I didn't feel sexy. I would look in the mirror and be like, how do he want this body if I saw the extra stomach? You know, like if I would put on we just be out here talking, right? Okay. And if I would put on a cute little thong or a cute little underwear and my stomach is over the top of the underwear, I understand what you're gonna say,
but I was cool with moving the stomach and going by.
Listen, but it did not. But it wasn't working for me, babe. It wasn't working for me, and I want to be at my sexiest, my height of sexiness. That when I roll up in the room, you know, and again, this has most people be like, oh, you got to be confident at any weight, and that's cool for you. But I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me right now. Okay, thank you. And I understand the concept. I'm a speaker. I do motivational speaking, so I'm clearly understanding that message. But what I'm saying is what we went through at the time, and I just did not feel sexy. And so I would go through like 4 or 5 pair of underwear trying to get the right one just to look sexy enough, because if I don't feel sexy, you're not going to get the best out of me sexually. You're just not going to get it.
And I get that, but here's the thing with that as well. It goes back to the concept that we have been talking about since day one of releasing our first podcast. Mm-hmm. That goes back to the communication piece of it, because we were not having those conversations.
We weren't,
because it got to the point that we had to get into verbal altercations, mm-hmm. and we had to get into knockdown, drag out verbal disputes,
right,
centered around that topic before we got to the point that you would tell me, okay, here's the reason.
I just don't feel sexy.
Yeah, because I think a part of it as well.
But let me just say this. What I did not know until we had these knockdown drag outs, and I remember one time, and then you said to me, but when you keep rejecting me, I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel like
you stole my thunder.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you stole my thunder.
Do your thunder.
That's exactly where I was going with it. Is that because the little dirty secret that no one likes to talk about, mm-hmm. is just the way women feel, mm-hmm. unwanted and unsexy and undesirable. Mm-hmm. Men feel the same way.
Right.
We may not say it. Mm-hmm. 95% of the times we won't have that particular conversation.
Right.
But we feel the same way. If the woman that because you got to look at it like this. If you got a good husband, mm-hmm. now there are some bums out there, mm-hmm. but if you got a good husband,
we just addressing the good ones, amen.
We're addressing the good ones, mm-hmm. and it's your definition of what good is, mm-hmm. because what's a good husband for one woman may not be a good husband for another woman. Thank you for saying that disclaimer. That's a disclaimer. Yeah, it's what you classify as a good husband,
right?
But in his mind, okay, so I'm checking all the boxes. I'm going to work every day. I'm taking care of my family. I'm providing for my family. I'm being there for my family. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not running the streets. I'm not cheating. And no, you don't get any brownie points for that because you're not supposed to be. But
we understand.
You know, you're doing everything that a husband is supposed to do. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I'm meeting your needs the way you're asking me to meet them. So now, and when I go to you and I'm trying to till the land and I'm trying to, I'm trying to open that door, and then that door is locked with a deadbolt with a New York lock on it. And anyone who's not with the New York lock.
With my New York lock?
Yeah, anyone not familiar with the New York lock.
Yo, you ain't getting in there. That's the stick at the bottom and the floor. It's pushing up to the door after the 3 locks. But anyway.
6-foot metal pole.
That's right.
That's hooked up in the door slipped into the floor.
That's right.
Ain't no coming through that door.
Ain't no coming through that door, bro. You ain't coming in here.
So what happens is, okay, so now in my mind, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but yet she keeps turning me down. So after a while, I start to think, is it me? Mm-hmm. Is she not attracted to me no more?
Wow.
Do I not feel her needs that anymore?
Because we had that conversation.
Yeah. And after a while, I'm going to stop asking.
Yeah.
And after a while, it's not going to become important to me anymore.
Right. Absolutely.
And so, and that's
what we got.
Yeah. And then what's going to happen is we're going to go days and weeks and months and a year until you turn around and be like, okay, babe, when was the last time we... I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the face you gave me too. I don't know. And I understand. Stop clutching y'all pearls, because some of y'all been out there before where y'all been months without it. So stop everybody like 6 months, 7. Oh my God, stop it. Let the pearls go. We just being real. We just being completely honest.
Because everybody ain't out there hanging off the chandeliers.
Right, y'all not doing it. But we just want to be completely transparent, and hopefully we'll bless somebody in this conversation by this, because to release you, to help you release some of this stress that you're holding on to, because there's so many different stressors, and that was definitely one of them, where I just didn't feel sexy, and then it just flipped the script one day when I finally felt sexy, and you was like, but I don't feel it right now.
I don't even care no
more. I don't even care. I don't even feel it. I don't even want to do that no more. And it's real. And it's real. It is so real. So, this has been interesting, babe. This has been enlightening.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, all right. So, will stress interfere with this? So Will Cess.
What?
Cess.
What?
Will Cess. That's a dude. I grew up with Will Cess when I was a kid.
Will Cess is cool. Was he sleeping with all the girls, baby?
We was in third grade together.
Yeah, Will Cess sleeping with second graders?
We was in third grade
Yeah,
together.
okay, amen. Go ahead.
That's a little creepy what you just said. That's a little creepy. But will stress.
What is going on?
It's your
Words are hard. Words are hard.
Will stress interfere with the sexual relationship in a marriage? Short answer, yes.
However, come on now.
However,
let's talk about that.
Where there's a problem, there's always a solution. And anyone who knows the Crenshaws know that we are solution people.
Solutions, all about solutions.
So, tell me your solution first, but not tell them mine.
I think that have real talk, have real conversations. What's the word I'm looking for? I won't say uncompromised, but just have real conversation. I mean, like, just real dialect. And if your sex life is because you stress about the bills, and talk about that. If your sex life is stresses in your way because of the fact that you don't feel sexy, talk about it. I mean, like, just talk about it, because don't let that get in the way of something so beautiful, so amazing, so good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we've done it, and it wasn't a good feeling, to wake up one day and be like, wait, we did it in 3 months? What the? And it's not good, because we didn't communicate, and we didn't say we felt. And if one is a freak and one ain't, then the freak need to tell the conservative person, this is what I like and this is what I want. Let's try it. Introduce some stuff. There's so many solutions. I can go on and on and on. But the first thing to do is to have the real conversation, the real communication. What's your final?
It starts with the conversation. It starts with, yes, there's always going to be stresses in life. There's always going to be situations that are going to, that are going to bring heartache, that are going to bring headaches, it's just going to bring stress. But what makes those easier to deal with is when you have the conversation.
And you have each other.
And when you allow each other to be vulnerable. Because that's the key as well.
Come on now.
You have to allow your partner to be vulnerable, where there's no judging.
That's right.
There's no condemnation. There's no looking at that person different.
Right.
If you married a freak, you married a freak.
That's it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Learn. Teach.
Get you a Freak 101 book.
Get you a freak. Put a pole in your bedroom.
Whatever you need to do.
Put the kids to bed and have a Zoom meeting.
Baby, they gonna kill you.
I'm just saying.
They gonna kill you.
I'm just saying.
They gonna kill you.
Put a sign on the door that says Zoom meeting in progress. And let your freak flag fly.
And if it's the issues, if y'all are stressed about the bills, and sit down and make a budget, and when you get through, just go have sex. I mean, my God.
Yeah, because
seriously,
the biggest thing is,
and that's for us too. Yeah, that's for us too.
The biggest thing is having the honest conversation, the honest dialogue to find out what is causing the stress.
Yes.
And then once you figure out what's causing the stress, sit down together and devise a plan to eliminate the stress, because there's certain things that you have no control over.
That's right.
So there is no need of stressing over it.
Can't change it.
One thing, you said a quote by the most random person when it comes to this particular topic, but I think it was 50 Cent. And if I misquoted, then correct me. He said, either you're going to worry or you're going to pray, but you can't do both.
Yeah, I think he was having an interview with Oprah. I believe it was one of those interviews,
And
that's what his grandmother, I think his grandmother, someone taught him that.
Yeah, either you're going to worry or you're going to pray,
right?
But you can't do
both.
So I say that, and I know that's kind of a weird way to end this topic, but I say that when it comes to either you're going to stress or you're going to have sex, but you can't do both.
And here's the thing, I'm not going to say her name. It was older lady, you'll know who it is, back in the day. And I remember we were talking to her about maybe wanting another baby.
Right.
And I remember telling her our issues with sex or whatever. And I remember she grabbing us whole and prayed for your private area.
She prayed for everything.
Prayed for mine.
She prayed for everything.
Prayed for the eggs. I mean, she was not playing. She was like, the problem is, if you want it to be even better, pray before you do it. Yeah. I was like, what? And they've been married 70.
It was something crazy.
About 70 years. And she was like, no, we pray before we do it. I'm like, okay. She said, God wants to be into everything. Bring the Holy Spirit in. And that, I was floored at that time, because I never even considered that. I didn't know if it was right or wrong, but it was just amazing that she knew that. So there may be some times when you guys need to hold hands and pray about this thing. Seriously.
Nah, but she's not wrong, because when you think about it for a moment, okay, let's step back, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's step back for this for a moment. God said he wants to be the center of everything we do. He said he wants to be the center. So that means that everything we're involved in, he wants to be a part of it.
Right.
And especially when it's the foundation. You know how much that the Bible talks about marriage and makes references to marriage and compares Christ to marriage and the church being his bride. So it must mean something. So there's a meaning there. So, and God, and I'm not a scholar, so if someone can find it, please send it to me. But in nowhere does God say, I want to be involved in this part of your life, but in this part of your life, keep to yourself. I haven't seen that part. I haven't read the entire Bible back to back, but I haven't seen that part where it says, I only want to be involved in these issues, and then these issues you deal with yourself.
Right.
So that means when it comes to your sex life, when it comes to your marriage, when it comes to the dialogue, when it comes to the kids, when it comes to your finances, everything you have, he wants you to bring it to him. So if you have that issue where sex is a problem in your relationship, take it to him.
Oh, it's a lack of.
Or a lack of. Take it to him.
Yeah.
So my final thought really is going to be just vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerability. Husbands, be vulnerable with your wife, that they will trust you. And wives, allow your husband to be vulnerable.
I was about to say, wives, be open to hear it.
That he doesn't feel judged.
Yeah.
And he doesn't feel condemned.
And I was going to say, wives, be open to hear it. Empty your cup. And don't take it like, I know what he's going to say, what he's going to do. Empty your cup and listen. And I want to say this too. One of my things, and I know we need to wrap up, but one of the things that was my favorite line was like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Like I said, we would get into bed and just didn't have time. But it's kind of weird. But then we know how, if our job or our boss called us and was like, hey, I need you to get online and work, and it's 1-2 o'clock in the morning, or I need you to come in. We get the energy to do that. We splash some water on our face. We take a good shower, and we'll just get ready to do that. And I think we got to be mindful. It's a mindset. I'm not saying that you're not tired. Just talking about the tired part of it. It is a mindset. You do have to maybe go take a shower, get your mind right, pray, meditate, whatever it takes. If that's just the issue, not if you don't feel sexy and all those other things that we discussed, but talking about if tired is the answer, is the reason why.
See, every time I want to close and then you be opening up a whole new. Do you know how pissed off I used to be? Because I know your schedule. You're up early every morning. Saturday, Sunday, it don't matter.
5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
You're up early every morning. You run into 19 different stores because it's this one salt shaker that you have to find.
I gotta find it, babe. I have been looking
to
for
match your decorum.
Yeah, for fall.
So you will go to 19 different stores. I would.
You're right.
Your people would call you. And you gone. They want to go hang out. They want to go have lunch. They want to go do this. You gone.
I'm gone.
Kids got 45 different events. You at every event. You gone.
And you gonna get to your point, bro. I get it.
But the moment I say I want to have some type of relations, now you ain't got no energy for nothing. You know how pissed off I used to be behind that.
But listen, but on the back end, since we bringing that up, because this podcast may never end, let me tell you. But on the back end, how pissed off I used to be because I'd be ready, but you got to play one more. You got to get to a certain part of your game before, so you could save it. So you could tell me, push back, don't do it. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that.
You too close to my table.
Oh. And you would be like, but I got, and I'm ready to be sexy or whatever. And then that one part of the game would be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. By that time, the thrill is gone. And then I would say that to you and be like, well, babe, you didn't tell me that you want to have sex. Bruh. Learn the language. That's another thing too, babe. Learn the cues and the languages, people.
That's a conversation for another time.
We'll be here all day, people, all day. Okay, so we wrapping it up for real this time.
Family. As always, we hope that you glean just a little something.
Something you put in the aluminum foil,
just
please.
A little something from the Crenshaw Corner.
Yes, honey.
We thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
We joke a lot. We laugh a lot. But the one thing that we never joke about is how much the family means to us.
Yeah, we love you guys so much.
We thank you guys for the support. We thank you guys for being a part. We thank you for listening, for allowing us into your home, for allowing us into your life. As always, you can find us on iTunes, on Podbean, on Spotify, on Google Play, on iHeartRadio. Now we can be found on Amazon Music.
Come on, I like it.
Or our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We are interactive podcast, which means we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, all under Crenshaw Corner.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can always reach us via email at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And as always, family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.